All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lie.
In terms of allegations of celebrities, we're talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. being shown through still photos of what the complainant says they have videos of.
As the story continues to develop, P. Diddy can't seem to catch a break these days with all the drama constantly swirling around him. This time, it's getting really serious. It is no longer news that Diddy's homes in LA and Miami just got heavily raided by the feds. These armed agents busted in like they had been tipped off of something and began arresting important people close to Diddy, particularly his sons Justin and King Combs. It's still unclear if any arrests actually went down, but you know something big was popping off. Definitely. But that's not even the wildest part. According to flight tracking data, Diddy's private jet, the same blacked-out Gulfstream 5 we all know, was spotted jetting off to Antigua right before the raids. The jet was tracked shuttling between Cali airports on Sunday and Monday, before finally touching down on that Caribbean island on Monday morning. So now the big question is, was Diddy himself on board that plane escaping the country to avoid whatever heat was coming his way? The flight data can't confirm if he was actually on it, but you already know speculation is running wild. This just adds another insane layer to the saga Diddy has been caught up in lately. Anyway, let's break down this whole raid situation that got Diddy potentially planning a permanent vacation to Antigua. From what we could gather so far, it all went down earlier this week when federal agents stormed into Diddy's palace gates in LA and Miami. We're talking about the SWAT team type of energy, armed up and taking names.
New images from TMZ show inside Diddy's ransacked Beverly Hills mansion during the coast-to-coast raids where no arrests were made.
The feds, while searching, appeared in footage to be apprehending any and everybody up in those compounds, including Diddy's own sons, Justin and King Combs, handcuffed and made to walk with their backs. Of course, there is no official clarity yet on whether any of Puff's crew actually got detained, but the footage coming out from that event wasn't nice at all. However, whether his boys ended up in jail or not, the fact that the feds felt the need to do a whole militarized takeover of his properties says a lot about just how deep the shade is that Diddy's name has been catching lately. Clearly, the authorities have been watching his shady business for a minute now. So get this. Right as the feds were tearing through Diddy's mansions, his signature blacked-out Gulfstream private jet was tracked flying to the Caribbean island of Antigua. The flight data don't lie. That luxury bird was spotted shuttling between different California airports on Sunday and Monday before finally touching down in Antigua early Monday morning around 9 a.m. Now, here's where the suspicion really starts brewing. We all know Antigua isn't exactly a prime business destination for Diddy. So, the big question is, was the music mogul himself trying to escape whatever shitstorm was about to rain down by hopping on that plane to the islands? Also, we cannot exactly confirm if Puffy was actually aboard that flight, but you already know the streets are brewing a thick stew of rumors and theories. Maybe he caught wind of the raids and desperately needed to find himself a hideout spot before the hammer dropped. Whether Diddy was in the jet or not, the fact his jet was tracked leaving the country right at almost the same time his homes were being raided raised a whole bunch of insanely thick insinuations. Like, damn, what kind of criminal activities can you be up to that got you potentially fleeing the scene of the crime in such a dramatic fashion? Talking about criminal activities and insinuations, music producer Lil Rod, real name Rodney Jones, has just unleashed a 73-page lawsuit of accusations against Diddy. We talking about a full-blown legal debacle filled with enough mind-blowing claims to make a porn star blush. According to Jones, during his time chronicling Diddy's creative process from September 2022 through November 2023, he was an eyewitness to some utterly ungodly shit going down behind Diddy's closed mansion doors. Jones is coming full blaze with allegations that Diddy was running a non-stop circus of depravity, providing drugs, alcohol laced with Lord knows what, underage workers getting exploited. Literally, Jones is saying he's got insane video audio proof to back up every last claim he has put out there. It's probably footage of Diddy and his goons unapologetically engaged in acts so sickening that it'll make your stomach turn inside out just hearing the details. From reports, this lawsuit contains multiple witness testimonies, photographs, and recordings detailing Puffy's inner circle of employees and guests taking part in some of the most horrific criminal activities imaginable. Looking beyond the surface, all this nasty exposure on Diddy just keeps getting nastier by the minute. So, remember a few years back, when Usher found himself in that career-jeopardizing allegations about distributing herpes without disclosing his STD status? Yeah, well now it seems Diddy may have had his paw prints all over that whole mess. It seems there is a really nasty insinuation on its way claiming Diddy potentially exposed Usher to the virus during the R&B singer's stint at Diddy's New York compound back in the day. We all know something scandalous went down between the two behind closed doors. But exposing your artist to an incurable STD? That's sinister as hell. And it only gets uglier from there. Lil Rod's explosive lawsuit alleges Usher and a certain Philly rapper were directly implicated in participating in some of the most unimaginable acts while staying at Diddy's estate. Then there's the wild claims from none other than Katt Williams himself, saying he's got proof that Puffy and Kevin Hart were somehow entangled in facilitating the Usher scandals too. Maybe this could help explain why Kevin has been awfully quiet about defending his name against Katt's disrespect. As if all that filth surrounding Usher's downfall wasn't nasty enough, we can't quickly forget the explosive claims made by his own former girlfriend, Cassie, in her lawsuit, labeling Puffy as a full-blown abusive monster. She alleged he is the most controlling and manipulative freak she has ever seen, dictating her every move, accessing her medical records without consent, even forcing her to carry firearms to prove her loyalty. This also includes Cassie stating Diddy physically abused her on multiple occasions, including in 2009, just for her having an innocent conversation with another man in the industry. Cassie's horrific description of her enduring years of psychological torment and living in fear of losing her career if she didn't obey Diddy's instructions only makes things uglier. The fact he potentially bribed her with a $30 million payout to stay silent exposes what lengths he'll go to bury his abusive secrets, even bringing the whole situation into a better perspective. However, it somehow doesn't end there. Remember, there are still existing rumors about Diddy potentially laying more than just his hands on underage artists and workers over the years. Receipts show prosecutors directly questioned the nature of Diddy's relationships with minors during Jimmy Henchman's 2013 federal investigation, with so much ugliness slowly oozing out of the cracks. It's no wonder 50 Cent is rumored to be producing an entire documentary just to legally expose Diddy as the true degenerate he allegedly is behind closed doors. But in the middle of all of this, let's give it up for the one and only Katt Williams, the only dude with the balls to consistently call out Diddy's alleged behavior to his face before now. While most of the industry stays putting respect on Puffy's name, probably out of fear, Katt has never been one to hold his tongue. He's been sounding the alarm on Diddy's shady dealings and supposed sexual exploits for years now, even claiming to have incriminating evidence in his archives. From alleging Diddy was parading young comedians around like fresh meat back in his Bad Boys of Comedy days, to claiming he made inappropriate passes at Kevin Hart. Katt has zero filters when it comes to exposing the music mogul's potential demons. The man outright admitted rejecting a big money offer from Diddy himself, claiming he wanted no part of whatever sickening activities Puff was trying to lure him into. And Katt's Diddy disses are just the tip of the iceberg too. He's painted Puffy's producer pal, Jermaine Dupri, as a potential predator as well, alleging he unethically groomed and exploited young hip-hop acts like Criss Cross when they were just preteens, fresh off the street. At this point, Katt is basically Diddy's own personal Machiavelli, pulling no punches and seemingly armed with an arsenal of dirty secrets just waiting to detonate all over the media airwaves. No wonder there's legitimate concern in certain circles over Katt's safety after being this unrelentingly vocal. Whether you view him as a truth-telling hero or just a rambling conspiracy theorist, one thing is clear. Katt Williams was the only one with the uncompromising guts to shine a light on the potential predatory activities in the entertainment industry. The once revered music mogul finds himself entangled in a web of mounting allegations, each one more disturbing than the last. From lawsuits alleging exploitation and exposure, to illicit activities, to whispers of his involvement in salacious scandals surrounding artists like Usher, the narrative weaving around Diddy grows increasingly sordid.
They'll probably be arresting me just because we want to have a good time.
At the center of everything stands Katt Williams, a vocal critic, unafraid to tear down the facade of his glitz and glamour. His blistering commentary has shed light on the industry's darkest corners, where the powerful prey on the vulnerable, and influence is a currency traded for unspeakable acts. As 50 Cent's threats to expose Diddy's alleged misdeeds through a documentary is also pending, the once impenetrable veil of the music industry begins to tear. Fans and observers alike, you and I, find ourselves holding our breath, waiting to see what eventually comes out from all these alleged transgressions. At the same time, we are wondering what the consequences of such revelations may eventually be. As more voices join the chorus demanding transparency and justice, the pressure mounts on Diddy to address the grave accusations leveled against him, and not actually finding covers in the Caribbean islands. The feds' raids, the reports of his jet leaving the country, his supposed silence in the middle of all these. Maybe there may be pieces of truth Diddy is trying to hide. Or could this be a planned revenge to get back at the powerful entertainer from people he had shat on in the past? To be honest, the questions are endless. But in the meantime, we can only wait to hear official reports from the feds about the main reason they actually raided Diddy's 2 homes simultaneously. Why were his sons taken too? Smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you do not miss out on any updates about this saga and what may later become of it. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.